Hello and welcome to Ryno's Ravens Review. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, I know I did say I was going to do this video yesterday, but feeling a bit under the weather, so day late, but better late than never, I guess, right? And as you can see, because I am a day late, the Ravens webpage here, BaltimoreRavens.com, is already on to the next game. They preview the Dolphins at Ravens coming up. So let's go to the Game Center page for the actual game that I'm going to talk about. Baltimore Ravens at San Francisco 49ers. Ravens 33, Niners 19. People didn't see that coming. What was it that somebody said? One of the big, pundits was 49ers are going to kick the shit out of the Ravens. Oh. Is that how it's going to go? Yeah, all right. Well, it didn't happen that way. And maybe even quite literally, the Niners got the shit kicked out of them because of all the sacking and pressuring and taking the ball away from the Niners offense. So what do we got here? Only a few notes. Trying to make this a little quick. Game didn't start off that great for the Ravens. Offense, anyway. Wasn't getting a lot of things going, and the defense started taking the ball, and the Ravens still weren't getting enough points off those turnovers. But the defense did keep getting turnovers, so overall, I think the Ravens offense got enough points on off of turnovers, but would have liked to see them get going a little bit better. What kind of ridiculous ass nonsensical bullshit was that shit that happened in the end zone with the referee? I guess I understand that the referees have to physically be on the field. Well, no, actually not, because I guess it's almost 2024. Are you saying that we couldn't referee football with referees off the field entirely? Pretty sure we could. And at the same time, why is you that close to Lamar Jackson? One of the fastest, the most shiftiest, the most escapable, Houdiniest players in the NFL. Why is you so close to him? Why? And again, at the same, how are you going to give another team points over that? You, the referee, tripped the man up. How do you give the other team points? You got to treat it like a pass interference in the end zone. You really have to treat it that way. You have to treat it that way. If the referee or an umpire, whatever zebra jackass, trips up a quarterback in the end zone, and then a defender happens to, touch him while he's on the ground, has to go to the 1 yard line. You cannot give one team points for that. You can't. You cannot give them points for that. And it's like, oh, well, technically it was intentional grounding. Yeah, because the fucking referee tripped his ass up. Say whatever you want, but can't give the other team points over that. Put them at the 1 yard line, like pass interference in the end zone. You don't give one team points for that, because you don't know that he would have caught the ball. And you don't know that, Chase Young would have caught Lamar Jackson without the help of the referee. So you can't give him points for that. But that's okay. By all means, give him points for that. Spent the rest of the game trying to show you what a bunch of jackasses you are. So even with, the refs cheating for the 49ers, Ravens still kicked the shit out of the 49ers, not the other way around. But came at a price. Hamilton removed from the field again. Yes, the same knee. I think he's got to be done for the regular season at this point. You can't have two injuries, assuming they're different, I don't need. It's probably the same injury, just more of a re-aggravation, I guess. He cannot play anymore during the regular season. He just can't. You get into the playoffs, maybe. You cannot play him anymore in the regular season. And while we're here, because I don't have too much to talk about the defense, but one reason why I think you may be able to get away with it. Now, at times they have used Arthur Millette as kind of a similar role that Hamilton has played, slot corner, blitzing a lot, maybe a not necessarily like a strong safety, but in the middle of the field, kind of like a guy. Well, I guess maybe like a second strong safety. They tried Humphrey in a similar position like that. Brought Humphrey more into the inside in a slot role, put Darby as the number 2 outside. Does allow you to, does give you more speed because Humphrey's a little, it's not that he's really a little old. He's had tough lower body injuries that he hasn't come back from really well. And at the same time, he has always been a somewhat physical player, especially as a cornerback, ripping the ball out, making nice hits. So I think he can potentially fill in that spot. It's not like he doesn't have any experience doing anything like that. He absolutely does, and I think now is the time to use it. Yeah. Lots of sexy defensive stats. And because BaltimoreRavens.com does not put defensive stats on their Game Center page, which seems weird. If there was a team to do that, you would think it would be this team, but they don't. We will go to NFL.com. Come at the stat page here. Keep scrolling. Kyle Hamilton, 2 picks, 7 yards, 3 passes defense. Humphrey, 1 pick, 3 yards, return yards, 2 passes defense. Patrick Queen, also with an interception and almost fumbled on the play, but 21 yards on a return. Marcus Williams, the interception that actually sealed the game, 22 yards on a return. Clowney, Travis Jones, Brandon Stevens also with passes defensed. Brent Urban, 2 sacks. Clowney a sack. Kyle Van Noy a sack. Marcus Williams came in and got a tackle for a loss. Lots of the big sexy stats. Interceptions, sacks, and such. No fumbles, which is odd because it really seemed like a tide turn after the Ravens defense kept getting interceptions. Like the San Francisco offense kind of got demoralized, really. Maybe more the quarterback himself. I think McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel were still trying to play, but I think everybody else on that San Francisco 49ers team was in it. All right, let's move back over to the offense. Take a look at the rushing totals here. I'm not a huge fan of Lamar being the rushing leader. I really wish that the running backs would be leading. Because one thing that also means they're getting a lot more carries. But 7 attempts, 45 yards for Lamar. Really, that was that one big one at the end of the half. That for 30 yards. I mean, you take that one away, and then it's a lot different. But don't really like that 19 carries for 7 yards for Gus Edwards and Hill. would like to see, well, one, I'd like to see more yards there, and I probably would like to see a few more carries. Did feel like they got pass happy. But at the same time, it was working. 23 for 35, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. It was working. For the most part anyway. It's just, wish they could have gotten a run game going. All right, let's go down here. Zay Flowers, leading receiver, 9 catches. 72 yards and a touchdown, likely. 3 catches, 50 yards, no touchdown. Gus Edwards, 1 catch for 39 yards. How about that? Finally getting some more of these running backs involved in the pass game. I think they have tried to do that a little bit in recent years, but it does seem like Todd Monken is trying to get, because you see Edwards had 1 catch and Hill had 3 catches. He's really trying to get the running backs 3-ish catches a game. It is, it's like that old thing that Marshall Faulk, right? Yeah, Marshall Faulk would talk about many years ago when he started getting some of these catches out of the backfield. It's just an extended handoff. Don't think of it as you not running the ball. Think of it as we're getting you the handoff in a different way. Because that's what it is. Oh, we load it up like, well, I guess you have your formation and then play starts and it's like, oh, it's a pass play. Well, yeah, technically, but if your running back's kind of near the line and you throw it to him, then it really does kind of become a run play. You just kind of throw it over the line there instead of making the running back run through it. As I said, Hill, 3 catches, only 30 yards on that one. That's not terrible. Charlie Kohler, nice to see Charlie Kohler getting any action. Likely wasn't getting any touches when it was all Andrews in there. I don't know why Kohler's getting, as the backup tight end, is getting more action than Likely did as the backup tight end. Odd. Bateman, 1 catch. Could have had more. He really could have had more. But that be a lesson for you, boys and girls. You have to catch the ball first. You cannot start running before you catch the ball. Because then you won't catch the ball. And that's exactly what happened. Beckham, 2 catches, 13 yards. Don't know that that's worth $15 million, but all right. Aguilar, 3 catches, 10 yards, 1 touchdown. Well, the touchdown's nice. Let's go back to BaltimoreRavens.com. Let's see if we can see some of these. It doesn't. Yeah. What is that completion percentage? That's approximately 2/3, right? That's that's good completion percentage. Look at all these targets for Zay Flowers. 9 catches, 13 targets. He's got to find somebody else more. Like, you can't throw the ball to one guy 13 times a game and the next guy 4 times a Likely, 4 times a Bateman, 4 times a Aguilar, 3 to Odell, 3 to Hill. He's not spreading the ball around enough. It's really not. And I get that Zay Flowers is a good player and you want to get it into his hands, but we're 9 of 13, which isn't great. It's kind of weird how it does look like certain teams shut certain things down. It is probably why the Ravens offense got a little bit of a slow start. had to figure out what the 49ers are trying to take away from you and then adjust your game plan off of that. Oh, if you're trying to take Beckham away from me, well, I'll stop trying to feature Beckham. I'll put him out there as a decoy, and then you're all over him, but I'm throwing the ball to somebody else. Of course, Hal Flowers is still able to get 9 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. I don't know. It kind of looked like you weren't trying to take nothing away there. He's one of the best players we got. Maybe likely. That's about it. I mean, those are as far as weapons, yeah, those are the top 2 in my opinion. I think Beckham's just kind of getting, I think the knee injury's kind of hurting him. But we'll see. He can come back from it. All right, let me check my notes to see if I got anything else I need to. I mentioned resting Hamilton. Yeah, got to figure out how to get the running backs. I just didn't think the Ravens moved the ball that well running outside of Lamar Jackson. I mean, you see Gus Edwards here did have 3.4 rush, which is okay. I mean, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Justice Hill, 2.6 a rush. Not really going to get it done. You'd kind of expect more from out of the Baltimore Ravens. There you go. Offense did not close out the game well. Not that they really needed to, because I think the 49ers were done at that point. And take a look here at the fourth quarter. Yes, Niners turnover on downs. Then Ravens punt. Niners touchdown. Ravens punt. Niners interception. You got lucky there. And of course, that interception was in the end zone. You didn't close out the game well. And you can say all you want that the defense needs to do their job better. 3 possessions by the other team. You got a turnover on downs. Yeah, you did give up a touchdown, but then you got an interception. The defense did fine in the fourth quarter. And that was without Hamilton. The offense needed to do something. Move the damn ball. Here you go, this one punt, 7 plays, 8 yards. Other punt here, 5 plays, 2 yards. Finally, down here, actually get more than 10 yards in the fourth quarter. 3 plays, 15 yards. Holy shit, that's terrible. You got to get more yards in the fourth quarter than that. Wow, really? This is what I'm talking about. In the fourth quarter, your first 2 possessions got you 10 yards. That's bad. If you're wondering, that's a bad thing. That's not a good thing. That's one of the worst things as an offense you could do. I guess maybe the even worser thing you could do was give the ball right back to the other team. So at least you didn't do that. You punted the ball instead of it being a turnover. That's how they were able to get 15 yards. I mean, they got more yards in those last 3 plays than they did 12 before that. Oh, that's right, I guess. Checking out this article here from Kevin Eck, writer Kevin Eck. I don't know who exactly he works for, but it was Mike Florio that said that thing about the Ravens going to get their ass kicked. But however, let's wrap this thing up here. Ravens did get a big win. Again, they didn't close the game out. Not as well as I would have liked, but they did close the game out. Final here. Baltimore Ravens 33, San Francisco 49ers 19, and this was from Levi's Stadium. And looking at this schedule, yes, still not flexed. I don't know if it will be flexed at this point. I don't know if we've passed the point of no return or whatever they want to call it. Miami Dolphins will be coming into Baltimore to play the Baltimore Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium this Sunday. What is this, New Year's Eve? At 1 o'clock, normal Sunday time. That is going to do it for this edition of Ryno's Ravens Review. Ryno's Ravens preview will be Saturday, this coming Saturday before the game. So when you subscribe to channels, you'll get alerts when these videos do drop. So you can get that alert and watch this video before the game starts. And then also please like the video. I am the Angry Ryno. Fly Ravens fly.